I'm at the beach. That's the beauty of Florida. You get to be at the beach, whenever you want. But I was having a thought around the video of P Diddy and Cassie, and I didn't watch the full video. I didn't need the whole clip. A few seconds was enough for me to get the context. But I did a post saying like men like P Diddy that abuse women should not be able to be in good society, free society with good people. And I know that when I say that, that would have included my father, because my father was abusive to my mom, and I have a sibling that struggles with forgiveness of my father, right? And for a long time I judged my sibling for that, because he has, for the last 8 years of my mom's life, he was not physically abusive at all, not verbal. The last 8 years my mother said was the most calm and peace she'd ever had in her life with my dad. And so I struggle with my sibling, like holding on to that, because again, my dad was abusing my mom in the end, and he's come to Christ. And so, why shouldn't we forgive him? But my dad never asked us for forgiveness. So when I think about why should she forgive him, he's never asked for forgiveness. Because a lot of times men like my dad and men like P. Diddy and men who abuse women, who spend most of their lives abusing women, they believe once they stop and they finally make their way to the church, that forgiveness isn't automatic, that we are supposed to forget all of what they have put us through and forgive us. And I remember one time my sister saying to me, by the time you came along, you didn't see a third of the abuse that we, the older siblings, had to grow up with. And so, knowing I have a sibling that still struggles with forgiveness, I now understand it, because I just watched a few seconds of that clip. I can't imagine being a child and seeing that at the frequency that my dad was abusing my mom, and then to be as an adult and never have that parent come back and ask for forgiveness, or have that parent come back and even acknowledge the harm they caused you in your youth. Yeah, it is hard to forgive. And so I don't know why it was this video that made that click for me with my siblings that struggle with forgiveness from my father, but it did. It did. And if you are a man seeing this video that you abuse your kid's mom, and your children saw that, and maybe you don't abuse their mom anymore, you don't need to just go to the church and get forgiveness. You need to go to your children and ask your children to forgive you, as well as obviously the partner or your wife or ex-wife, because like I said, I got it. I got why my siblings struggle. Because if I saw that growing up at the frequency that I did it, it would be hard for me too. And it's such a contrast between like being a horrible husband and being a somewhat good father, because a lot of what I allow or don't allow men to do with me was lessons I got directly from my father and indirectly from my father, right? This is why I'll never be with a man that will yell at me, scream at me, push me. You can't even playfully get physical with me at all. And then, my dad just like, if a man can't provide for you, that's not, so even with him being, a shit husband, it is the juxtaposition of being a somewhat good dad. Because could he have been a really good dad if the example he was showing for us was him abusing our mother? I don't think so. But yeah, this videotape is just bringing up so much for me. And I know a lot of people who've either been abused or lived through abuse as children. So hugs and healing to us all.